Hey guys, welcome to the fifth tutorial in The Sun Never Sets. In this module we're going to discuss the Orders tab, specifically basic movement, invalid moves, invalid hexes. Now in the game almost all orders will come from some sort of combination of information from the map, the hex owner, and hex inventory tabs. And while it's not required, I highly recommend as the GM that for every turn you print off a current copy of the map so that you can correlate the information from the hex owner and hex inventory sheets easier. In this example, I have the fictitious player Generic has the hex inventory tab of his orders open, and to the right he has a small section of the correlating portion of the map open. You can see hexes 310, 311, 312, and 313 are owned by our red player Generic, and you can see the same information is depicted on the map for hexes 311, 312, 313, and of course 310. He has about 35 units in 310. Let's go ahead and see how he would send some orders to move those troops. All units can move at a maximum of up to 2 hexes per turn. They're not required to move at all, and they're not required to move both hexes. You can basically move as much or as little as you'd like. In this example, we're going to go ahead and have our player just annotate orders to move his 5 swordsmen from hex 310 to 209 and claim that hex. So starting out in row 2, which is order number 1, and all players get 25 orders per turn, under column B, under units, there is a drop-down menu interface, and the player is going to go ahead and select swordsman. In column C for number, he's going to choose 5. In column D for start, he's going to type in 310. And in move 1, he's going to go ahead and use the drop-down interface and find hex 209. And then, even though he's not moving any further, he's going to go ahead and retype in 209 as all fields need to be populated. Under his orders, he's going to drop-down menu and choose claim. That's a basic movement and claiming an unowned hex. In the next example, our player is going to move from 310 to 409 and attack the yellow player. You can see in row 2 he started his orders for long swordsmen. He wants 5 of them. He's going to start in 310, move to 309. But let me show you an example if he types in an incorrect hex. If he were to just hand type in 407, that hex actually doesn't exist. Once he hits enter, he'll get a pop-up saying, "Oops, Your Highness, that location doesn't exist." Simply choose retry, use the drop-down menu, or type in a valid hex. In this case, 409 is valid, and under his orders on the drop-down, he chooses attack. In the example, under row 3, you can see that our player continues to move units from 310 with the intention of attacking 409. The map is numbered such that all movement by your players will always be a factor of plus or minus 1, plus or minus 100, or plus or minus 101. So if you're any good at public math, you can see immediately that there's an error between his move 1 and move 2 as he goes from 309 to 408. Effectively, the computer will do a logic check, and under column H here, it'll show you whether or not it is a valid move. In our case, he tried to go from 310 up here to 309 and then to 408, which he couldn't do. However, simple enough, you can see that it's a bad move. Go back in, retype 409. When you hit enter, the valid move check becomes good. Drop down menu of attack, and again we have a valid move. So long as your start, move 1 and move 2 fields are populated, you have a good valid move and an okay valid hex. Whatever you want to do will be a valid movement. That's all I have for the basic movement module and how to enter it in the order sheet. And next one we're going to do some advanced movements.